Janet Fairfax took the rollers out of her daughter's hair, arranging the curls around her face. Face to face, they sat at the makeup table, an almost identical pair in profile. Now, just don't let them see how smart you are, and don't tell them when they're wrong. Matilda Fairfax looked up from the book in her lap. It was Werner von Braun's Project Mars, a technical tale. Mother, they want me to work for them. I'm pretty sure they want to know I have a brain in my head. Janet's lips tightened, a sight Matilda was all too familiar with. Matilda, this may be your last chance to find a husband. Matilda opened her mouth to respond, but her mother held up a hand, holding her off. No, you listen to me. I know you're a smart girl, but you are going to be a lonely girl. You need to find yourself a man, and no man is going to marry a woman who reads books on rocketry for fun. Then he's not the man for me, Matilda thought, but wisely kept to herself. This was an old argument. Not that Janet didn't love her daughter. Matilda knew her mother loved her. She just didn't understand her. For Matilda, though, being married was not the ultimate goal in life, which set her apart from most of the girls her age and all of their mothers. She wasn't against marriage necessarily. She just wanted to marry a man who viewed her intelligence as a benefit, not a character flaw. For Janet Fairfax, however, a high IQ was the equivalent of having a scarlet letter branded across her chest. Matilda was her only daughter. It had been bad enough when, as a toddler, she'd started correcting her father when he explained how things worked, but then Matilda had skipped grades and never seemed interested in playing with any of the girls. She tinkered away in the basement, building little contraptions. Janet knew how much those little contraptions meant to her daughter, but she also knew how difficult life could be for a woman on her own. Janet turned the chair around so that Matilda could see her reflection in the mirror. Soft curls framed her delicate face. Her blue eyes peeked out from underneath her fringe. A blue ribbon was tied up on the side of her head. The blue of her dress further accentuated the blue of her eyes. Her mother smiled. You look lovely, and I have no doubt that you will find a husband on that base. Matilda rolled her eyes. A husband was not what she was looking for. But her mother looked happy, and Matilda had to admit that she did look pretty for a change. So she said nothing except, "Thank you, Mother." There wasn't much that happened in Huntsville, Alabama. It was a small town in rural America. It had its share of problems and had been a military manufacturing hub in 1940. In 1941, however, it became a central research area for the U.S. rocket program. In 1950, Huntsville led the field in rocketry, leading to the development of the Redstone, Jupiter, and Pershing missiles. But the residents liked to think that Huntsville, Alabama, was the smartest town in all of America. Why? Because Huntsville, Alabama, had the George C. Marshall Space Flight Center, MSFC, the U.S. government's civilian rocketry and spacecraft propulsion research center.